Welcome to Agricultural Secrets. Chocolate is one of the most beloved foods in the world. Yet few people realize that every chocolate bar begins its life as a tropical fruit growing deep within humid forests near the equator. Cocoa, the key ingredient of chocolate, is produced from the cacao tree, a crop that thrives in warm climates across West Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. Globally, cocoa production now exceeds 2 million tons of dried beans each year, supplying a chocolate industry worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Inside the colorful cocoa pod lies the real treasure: cocoa beans, surrounded by sweet white pulp. These beans are the foundation of chocolate cocoa butter and cocoa powder. However, transforming raw cocoa pods into smooth chocolate requires a long and carefully managed process that begins on small tropical farms and ends in highly advanced chocolate factories. Cocoa cultivation begins with the selection of healthy seeds from mature cocoa pods. Farmers remove the beans and plant them in nursery bags filled with nutrient-rich soil mixed with organic compost. The seedlings are kept under shade structures to protect them from direct sunlight and heavy rain during the early stages of growth. Young cocoa plants require careful management. Because cocoa trees naturally grow under the canopy of larger forest trees, farmers often plant shade trees nearby to regulate temperature and protect the plants from excessive sunlight. Modern cocoa farming increasingly uses grafting techniques rather than relying solely on seeds. By grafting branches from high-yielding cocoa varieties onto young rootstocks, farmers can shorten the time required for trees to begin producing fruit. Instead of waiting 3 to 5 years, grafted trees may start bearing pods earlier and produce more consistent harvests. Cocoa trees are pruned regularly to control their height and shape. Although they can naturally grow more than 10 meters tall, farmers maintain them at around 4 to 5 meters. This makes harvesting easier while encouraging the growth of productive side branches. Fertilization and irrigation help maintain soil fertility and support healthy fruit development. Farmers also monitor trees for pests and diseases such as black pod disease and cacao swollen shoot virus, which can severely affect yields if not managed properly. After successful pollination, cocoa pods take about 5 to 6 months to mature. As they ripen, their color changes depending on the variety, often turning yellow, orange, red, or purple. Harvesting cocoa is done entirely by hand. Farmers use machetes or special hook knives attached to long poles to cut the pods from tree trunks and branches without damaging the delicate flower cushions where future pods will grow. Harvesting takes place throughout the year because cocoa trees produce flowers and fruit continuously. Once the pods are collected, farmers gather them into piles and begin the process of opening them. Using machetes or wooden clubs, the pods are split open to reveal rows of cocoa beans coated in sticky white pulp. This stage marks the transition from fresh fruit to the raw ingredient used in chocolate production. Fresh cocoa beans cannot be processed immediately into chocolate. The beans must first undergo fermentation, one of the most critical steps in developing chocolate flavor. Farmers place the beans into wooden fermentation boxes or wrap them in banana leaves. Over several days, natural microorganisms break down the sugary pulp surrounding the beans. During fermentation, temperatures inside the pile can rise above 45 degrees Celsius, triggering chemical reactions that begin forming the complex flavor profile associated with chocolate. After fermentation, the beans are spread out in the sun on drying racks or concrete platforms. Farmers turn the beans regularly to ensure even drying. The process reduces moisture content to around 6 or 7%, allowing the beans to be safely stored and transported without mold growth. Once dried cocoa beans are packed into large jute sacks and shipped to chocolate manufacturing companies around the world. In chocolate factories, cocoa beans undergo several processing stages before becoming chocolate. The beans are first cleaned and roasted in large rotating ovens. Roasting enhances the aroma and flavor while making the outer shells brittle and easy to remove. After roasting, the beans are cracked and separated into cocoa nibs, the pure edible core of the cocoa bean. These nibs are ground into a thick paste known as cocoa liquor. Cocoa liquor can be processed further into cocoa powder and cocoa butter, or blended with sugar milk powder and flavorings to create chocolate. The mixture is refined and then subjected to a process called conching, where it is continuously mixed and aerated for several hours or even days. Conching develops chocolate's smooth texture and balanced flavor. Finally, the chocolate is tempered, molded into bars or pralines, and packaged for consumers around the world. Behind every piece of chocolate is the work of millions of farmers. Cocoa farming is often carried out on small family farms where harvesting, fermentation, and drying are done manually. These farmers play a critical role in the global chocolate supply chain. Yet many face challenges, including climate change, pests, fluctuating market prices, and limited access to agricultural technology. To improve sustainability and farmer livelihoods, many cocoa programs now promote better farming practices, improved cocoa varieties, and fair trade initiatives that ensure farmers receive fair compensation for their work. The journey from cocoa pod to chocolate bar is one of the most fascinating transformations in agriculture and food production. What begins as a colorful fruit growing on tropical trees eventually becomes one of the world's most cherished treats. From careful cultivation and hand harvesting on remote farms to sophisticated roasting and chocolate-making techniques in modern factories, every step contributes to the rich flavor and texture we enjoy. The next time you taste a piece of chocolate, remember that behind its sweetness lies a remarkable journey shaped by nature, technology, and the dedication of countless farmers around the world.